Real Estate Rules. 52 Ways to Achieve Success in Real Estate by Debbi DiMaggio. Published by Brigantine Media. All rights reserved. Praise for Debbi DiMaggio. DiMaggio maintains a down-to-earth demeanor, a genuine desire to continue learning and innovating, and a professional outlook in which she views everyone as a potential collaborator. Quote by Sarah Binder, Unique Homes Magazine.
Part 1, Selling Yourself. Rule number 1, Become a personality. My name is Debbi DiMaggio. I'm a realtor, author and speaker. I'm also a devoted mother and wife. I'm involved in philanthropy and charity. My model is Lady Diana. She was a global ambassador for charitable causes and was also a woman with her own style who could rise above the constant drama in her life. My business mission is to empower real estate agents to be the best agents they can be. I offer advice to agents on my website, blogs, through LinkedIn, and through speeches around the country. This book is part of my business identity. I've tried to create a persona that is unique to me. You should as well. Your personality is going to be different than mine. You have your own distinctive characteristics. You are in charge. Create your own persona. We are all unique. Rule number 2. Exceed expectations. Exceed expectations. My motto is, do whatever it takes to help your clients and sell their homes with ease and grace. In my real estate practice, I try to live up to that pledge. Here are some of the things I've done for clients. Hauled away trash when left behind. Filled my trunk and took clients' donation items to the Salvation Army. Babysat a client's child over a 3-day weekend. Invited a client to stay in our home for 1 week, unbeknownst to my husband, until her home was available to move into. Rule number 3, Put your name on the bottom line. Oscar Guerrero was a salesman at a car dealership. A friend of mine went to Oscar to buy a car, but he checked the same car's prices at another dealership. Oscar, my friend, said, "Here's your offer for the car and here's the competing offer from another car company. The offers are for the same car and I'd like to use you, but you are $300 more than your competitor." "I'm sorry, but I'm going to use the competitor." Oscar said, "You're missing the difference between the two offers. My name's on the bottom line of your contract. And that will make all the difference." Oscar explained that if my friend ever needed service, he'd personally pick up the car and bring it back. If my friend had a problem with the car, he could call Oscar day or night, and Oscar would take care of it. Sure, my friend would be paying a little more money, but wasn't it worth it? Of course, my friend bought the car from Oscar. Putting your name on the bottom of the line says you are committing to your clients. In the real estate world, that means giving out your phone number so your client can reach you whenever it is necessary. It means quality marketing, open houses, and clear communication. It means working your hardest to achieve your client's goals. Put your name on the bottom line when a client lists with you. Let them know that you are part of the contract and committed to them. Rule number 4. Channel your inner Tom Hanks. Justin Bieber's antics may be fun to watch, but when clients are buying or selling a home, they want a real estate agent who's like Tom Hanks. Everybody likes Tom Hanks. Who wouldn't want to do business with him? He seems like the nicest, most reputable guy in the world. He played the widowed dad every woman wanted to marry in Sleepless in Seattle, the clear-headed astronaut, Jim Lovell in Apollo 13, and Sheriff Woody in Toy Story. He's today's version of Gary Cooper and Jimmy Stewart. Be more like Tom Hanks. Be polite. Even if a client is being disagreeable, be on your best behavior. If need be, bite your tongue. Be interested in your client. Spend time talking with your client about what he or she wants in a home, about the needs of his or her family, activities they enjoy, if schools are important, if they want to be near amenities such as shops, cafes, boutiques, restaurants, and cultural centers. Get to know what's important to your clients so you don't waste their time or yours, looking at properties that aren't suitable. Be upbeat. Never cast aspersions on other agents, homes, or neighborhoods. Let your client make up his or her own mind. Your job is to find the best home, not to run down people or places. Be on time. I can't imagine that Tom Hanks would keep people waiting. Act like Tom Hanks. You won't win an Oscar, but you'll win the respect of others. Rule number 5. Trust other agents. I treat other agents with utmost respect, and expect other agents to trust and treat me with that same respect in return. I like to think of all other agents as partners and colleagues, not as competitors. Here's why. The most important factor in any real estate transaction is trust. I trust other agents to give me honest information. And I do the same with them. If there is a problem with a listing, a leaky roof, a title concern, I disclose it right away. When you know what you are dealing with, it's a lot easier to resolve a tricky situation. When someone is hiding a defect, eventually you will find out about it, and that can lead to distrust, if not a lawsuit. I am not naive. I know that some people are greedy and are not pleasant to work with. But I'm a firm believer in treating people with respect and trust until I find out that they are trying to deceive me. Then I react strongly and make sure the situation is fixed. If it happens again, I will try to avoid dealing with that particular agent in the future. Of course, that's not always easy if the agent has a property your client is interested in. But she will not receive any favors from me, and probably not from many other agents if her reputation precedes her. If you are known as a trustworthy agent, your colleagues in the real estate community will often choose to work with you instead of another agent who has a bad reputation. Start with trust. You can build a great relationship that way. Rule number 6. Be careful what you say. Words are powerful. Words can hurt. Some words are a code violation. And as a real estate agent, you have to be especially careful that you don't inadvertently offend the buyer or seller, or incur a HUD violation. When you are dealing with a home sale, even the most common words sometimes have connotations you want to avoid. So be careful. For example, consider this list of words that can sometimes cause problems. Walk. What? Why? Well, not everyone can walk. And while the term walk up is not a fair housing violation, you'd be better off not using it in conversation or marketing. Family room. Be careful. Everyone doesn't have a family. What is or who makes up a family, exactly? Use the term rumpus room or media room instead. Master bedroom. An outdated term that can now be replaced with terms like primary bedroom or largest bedroom. Safe, secure neighborhood. You probably don't know if there has been a crime or problem on this street. Better avoid that phrase. Better yet, have your client check with the local police department or crime reports. His and hers. Try not to use gender-specific labels. Each region of the country has its own potentially sensitive terms. Avoid the words that can hurt people, particularly words that refer to the race or nationality of community members. Check the Fair Housing Act to be sure. Don't speak or communicate in any way, such as text or email, without considering if your words could have unintended consequences. Rule number 7. Google yourself. The first thing a client or potential client will do to find out more information about you is Google your name. If the first 3 hits are photos of you drinking at wild parties, clients may be reluctant to trust you with the sale of their precious home. Google yourself. Find out what the internet says about you. Be careful about the images and messages you post on social media and what you send out in emails. Whatever privacy protections you choose, there is always the chance that one of your crazy pictures will make its way across the internet. Treat all your online correspondence as public. If the government isn't watching you, you can be sure that your friends and future clients are. Conversely, in order to gain business and develop your branding, you need to be found online. Be sure your social media and websites provide accurate phone numbers and other contact information. Make sure you publicize your bio. If you want to stand out in the crowded real estate field, develop your online presence. Not just real estate related posts, but a bit about your real life and personality. If you are an avid tennis player, or enjoy cooking or golf, share that with your audience. Clients like to bond with people. Allow them to bond with you. So Google yourself. I'm sure your clients already have. Rule number 8. Toot your own horn. You know you're good. So don't be shy about telling the world. Potential clients may not be aware of your accomplishments and ability to transact real estate. Create your bio for your website, social media accounts, and print material. The bio should point out your strongest points, including real estate specialties and educational achievements when appropriate. If you have lots of experience, include how long you have been in real estate. If you are a new agent, maybe you can talk about how well you know the local area, or how willing you are to go the extra mile for your clients. Be sure to mention the kinds of work you do to get the best results for your clients. If you have achieved success as real estate agent, be sure to tout it in your advertising. A phrase such as top 1%, or 5 or 10%, real estate agent in the U.S., helps gain customer confidence. Toot your own horn, toot it loudly. You don't have to be Donald Trump, but you do need to get the word out. Rule number 9. Take some time off. Your life as a real estate agent is often nonstop. You are running from appointment to appointment and squeezing in floor duty. You are busy acquiring new listings and trying to sell the listings you already have. Everyone you meet is a client or potential client. As you are always on stage, who knows where the next $1 million lead will come from? And of course, you have to squeeze out time every day to reach out to the world on social media. Phew. It seems as if you will never leave this treadmill. But you have to. People are most productive when they give themselves a chance to refresh, reorganize, and reboot. Take time out of each day to relax. It could be a walk around the park, doing a crossword puzzle, reading a novel, or even meditating, whatever gets you out of the daily hassles of being an agent. Your mind needs a diversion from time to time. When you relax, you pave the way for a more energized you. Take a day off every now and then. Life insurance salesman Sid Friedman was one of the most successful life insurance agents in the country. But every once in a while he would take a whole day off to play golf or listen to music or just watch TV. He said that the time off made him far more productive the rest of the week. Take a long weekend every now and then throughout the year. We find even 24 hours away allows us to renew. Midweek is often the perfect time to escape before the hectic Sunday open house schedule begins. Travel, relax, renew. See some new sights and gain new perspectives. Get someone to cover for you and don't even think about the work, if that's possible. You'll come back refreshed, and your family life will benefit. Believe it or not, your office and your clients will be there when you come back. You need the time off so you can be a more productive agent. Relax, refresh, repeat. Rule number 10. Act like you mean business. Being a real estate agent is very much like being an actor. If you don't like the limelight, you are in the wrong business. Like a Broadway entertainer, you have to please a room full of people. You are being watched and listened to constantly. How you greet and interact with potential buyers, sellers, looky-loos, and even neighbors will determine your success. Relish the spotlight. Psych yourself up when you are hosting an open house or private showing. This is your time to delight the audience. What you wear, how you talk, your enthusiasm, your honesty, your insights will all be judged by your audience. Be ready for the show. There's no business like show business. Except maybe the real estate business. The Kardashians may not be your cup of tea, but boy are they successful. From a sex video to weddings and a sex gender transformation, they have provided people with fascinating entertainment while building a media empire that churns out greenbacks. While you may not want to emulate the Kardashians' personal lives, you might want to learn from and emulate some of their marketing strategies. Here are some tips from the profitable world of the Kardashians. Take advantage of social media. The Kardashians are in your face every day. And most of their hijinks are highly visual. It's a visual world these days, so be sure you're posting pictures all the time. Photographs of your properties tell your story faster than thousands of words. Just as Kim says, as long as they are talking about me, I am relevant. Make it interesting. The Kardashians are always coming up with another interesting wrinkle in their lives. You have to make selling real estate interesting. How about using drones to give exciting video shots of your listings? You have to be in front of your competition if you're going to make an impact. Use people in pictures. Make sure your faces and your clients' faces appear in your advertising. Clients relate to people. You are not only selling a home, you are selling a dream. Kim Kardashian's latest book, Selfish, a book of selfies, is a big hit. Follow Kim. Use the power of faces in your advertising. People are fascinated by the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Try to capture some of that magic in your advertising. Part 2. Marketing properties. Rule number 12. Educate your sellers. Most real estate agents concentrate on getting the deal. They'll meet with potential sellers and concentrate on getting the sellers to sign a listing agreement. That's all well and good. If you don't sign a seller quickly, you are in danger of losing the listing. But in your initial meeting with the seller, you must educate as well as sell. Most people buy and sell only 2 or 3 homes in their lifetime. They aren't experts, you are. It may have been 20 or 30 years since they last bought or sold a home. Help them in that very first meeting by offering plenty of information about how the process will work. I prefer to educate rather than sell. I thoroughly review the process with a potential client. If we are compatible and they like what I am sharing, then we are a match. No selling involved. If we aren't a match, we aren't a match, and no amount of knowledge or skill will change that. Discuss how you will assist them in getting their home ready for a sale. If they need it, you'll book the contractors and inspectors to help them put the home's best foot forward. Explain to them what works best to make the sale process go as smoothly as possible. This includes having the home available for showings whenever it is convenient for the buyers, while the seller must vacate the premises, giving the buyer privacy to preview their home, alone. Explain the sale process. The forms the seller will sign, what inspections will be needed, and what the closing will look like. Make sure the seller is aware that nothing is settled until both buyer and seller have signed the closing papers, the lender has funded the loan, the buyer's funds are in and have cleared the bank, and lastly, the recording has taken place at the county recorder's office. And that you are responsible for making sure all those things occur. I package my selling tips into a success sheet for sellers. It's valuable resources that I give to sellers at our first meeting, which often helps seal the deal for the listing. Providing clarity in a very complicated process is what a seller appreciates most. Post these tips on your website too. Use them to generate future business from people who may be checking your website. Many agents are afraid that their competitors might steal their best tips, but having an informative website is more important than worrying about your competitors. The more you stay ahead of the real estate game, the harder your competitors will have to work to catch up. Rule number 13. Sell a little harder in a buyer's market. There is a tremendous difference in selling real estate in a hot market and one where there is a dearth of buyers. How great is it to be a real estate agent in a seller's market? You put your house up for sale, run an open house, and the offers start pouring in. A full price offer. Another offer that is 10% above list price. An amazing offer that is 20% above list price. Wow! That was fun. Hot real estate markets shift over time. But consider the plight of the real estate agent in a buyer's market. There are so many homes for sale, and there are not many being sold. A property can be on the market for 2, 3, or 4 years. Yes, years, not months. With very few showings. The local industry may be struggling, crime may be on the rise, there may not be a lot of amenities in the town. What's the real estate agent in that town to do? Plenty. Real estate is cyclical, so it's important to learn how to sell real estate in any market. Here are my tips. Price the home right, not necessarily at the price the seller wants. Show your sellers why the offer price that you recommend is the one to use to better market the home. Do your research and then give them the area comps so they understand what the current values are. Homes that aren't priced right will sit forever. This is even true in a seller's market. Educate your sellers. The price they paid for the home is no longer relevant. And what their neighbors got for the home next door 6 months ago may not be what buyers are willing to pay today. That buyer might have overpaid. Comparables aren't always comparable. Make your house a turnkey, not a turkey. Be sure the home sparkles and all the repair work needed is complete. This is no time for a stain on the carpet or a broken light fixture. Offer incentives. Think outside of the box. What about offering an incentive to the buyer's agent, maybe an extra percentage of commission? How about a bonus for making a sale on a high-priced property? I have offered a week at my timeshare as an incentive for an agent to find a buyer, and it has brought results. Make your home stand out from all the other offerings. If your real estate market isn't up to par, you have to be even better at what you do. Somebody will make money selling real estate in your market. Why not you?